Number 18, Mickey Kaysen. Number 19, Matt Rutherford. Number 20, Sam Bird. 21, Harrison Wood. 22, Ben Curtis. 23, Henry Armstrong. 24, Alex Braden. 25, Jamie Thompson. 26, Harry Curran. Georgia. Number 1, Archel Nozadze. Number 2, Heinrich Shvelidze. Number 3, Georgie Kurashvili. Number 4, David Varmia. Number 5, Nicolosi Kortololia.
Number 6, Luca Gagunia. Number 7, Luca Sakhinadze. Number 8, Mikhaili Shoshvili. Number 9, Timuri Jojoshvili. Number 10, Gigi Surviladze. Number 11, Data Akvilinde Zidani. Number 12, Daviti Barbagadze. Number 13, Oana Basilaya. Number 14, Gigi Kipichadze. Number 15, Nicolosi Kavalashi. The replacements are number 16, David Akbadze. Number 17, Lezani Esbishvili. Number 18, Nicolosi Kumarektovi. Number 19, Georgi Meparishvili. Number 20, Ika Khazvelanzelia. Number 21, David Titilani. 22, Luca Twauli. 23, Saka Shashvili. 24, Leonida Sadadze. 25, Georgi Adzenadze. 26, Dokiki Keradze.
huge day for these two nations. Georgia making their under-18 Six Nations Festival debut, facing Scotland, who are at a pivotal point of age group rugby. The under-20s hosting the World Trophy in the summer, looking for a seat back at the top table. A top table that Georgia are currently eating at. The senior men's team winning the Rugby Europe Championship again. But this, a new dawn for them, and their supporters have travelled in numbers as well. They're a country who are making a lot of rugby friends across Europe. Dominant at their level, and they'll be hoping that stepping into this legendary format, the Six Nations Championship, will lead to a new breed, a new generation of superstars. As for Scotland, this is a first taste of under-18 Six Nations action for the season. A busy day, 4 games, 8 teams in total. It's Georgia versus Scotland, live from Parma, but first, the anthems.
Please all stand for the national anthem of Scotland. And now, the national anthem of Georgia.
Flower of Scotland and Tavissu Pleba, freedom. The anthem of Georgia sung for the very first time in the under-18 Six Nations, and these are the 15 who will take the field to represent them. Dodzuashvili and Sirbiladze pulling the strings at 9 and 10. Nozadze, Svelidze and Turashvili, very powerful scrummagers, as you'd expect, and a dynamic back row. Gabunya Saginadze and Shioshvili at 6, 7 and 8 respectively. And Nicolosi Kalavashi, very much a fullback in the Georgian mould, a playmaker, a second receiver. As for Scotland, well, they took 46 players for a couple of internationals in friendlies at Ystrad Mynach in Wales. These are the 15 that were selected. Southworth at 15, Llewellyn and Moncrief making up a very quick back three. MacArthur and Wolfenden at 9 and 10. Ollie Blythe-Lafferty, a familiar name for those who have just been watching the under-20 Six Nations as well. And head coach Ross Miller, plenty of quality on the bench too. Big squads, 26 in total, all of whom will represent their country over the coming week in this under-18s Six Nations Festival.
Your responsibility to keep them behind you. Okay, which way you go?
So this game 1 of 4 today. Referee 1 of 4 today as well. James Parr.
Time on.
Of England, the man on the whistle. Georgia in the white jerseys. Gigi Sirbiladze gets us underway. Scotland in the famous navy shirts, navy shorts, white socks.
Use, please.
And a safe receipt of the kickoff. Hamish MacArthur gets ready to send this one to the skies. Under-18s rugby, so 35 minutes each way here in Parma. Georgia looking for that early 50-22, but it's taken on the full. That's Elliot Southworth, the fullback. Ooh, that's a late shot from Joe Roberts. He'll be lucky to get away with that, but it seems as though he has. The Scotland hooker leaving his mark on Nicolozzi Calvashi.
No two!
Big physical contact. That was Mozadze and Shioshvili, the number 8. Now Saginadze, but this nice from Scotland through the hands. Elliot Southworth. And MacArthur finds Harry Stewart. That ball spilt out. Good contest for it. Which way's it come back? Well, it's popped out in Georgian hands. Knock-on advantage, a missed tackle, and Shioshvili goes galloping forward before knocking it on himself. Michele Shioshvili, absolutely enormous back row forward. There he is to the left of the breakdown. Some risky offloading from Scotland in the 22, but it seems to have worked. And again, first Wolfenden, then MacArthur, then taken in by Campbell War. Plenty of players getting touches on the ball, but that will be MacArthur.
Use, please.
I'd imagine with nowhere else to go, this will be going off the pitch. And a good clearance kick. Tidy box kick from Hamish MacArthur. That was what we thought might be the late shot by Joe Roberts. Gigi Sirbiladze certainly thought so. The referee says play on. Henri Shvelidze with his first line out of the day. That's not straight. So from our first line out, we will have a look at our first scrum.
First scrum, stability and patience before the ball.
Well, we're about to have one of the most physical acts in any sport, the set scrum. And somebody's popped some relaxing music on. Some classic Maroon 5, gotta love it. Anyway. Nozadze, Shvelidze and Turashvili at 1, 2 and 3 for Georgia. Hodge, Roberts and Blythe-Lafferty for Scotland.
Up we come. Feet up, long bind.
Second set scrum. Important that James Parr gets this right early on. 4 minutes gone.
Bind. Set.
Miss MacArthur attends the famous Merchiston Castle School. And then the bagpipes. I knew it wouldn't be long. Scotland looking to move this on the first phase. Bouncing ball finds its way to Silwani. And he's ushered into touch. Giga Kipshidze.
We use a line.
Well, they have come a long way to make a very welcome noise in that pocket of Scotland supporters. No way round Kipshidze for Leweni.
Thank you.
Saginadze goes up, and now Dujashvili. Oh, they tried to use Shioshvili. It's another knock on. Georgia overplaying on the first phase, and Scotland could come away with it. Campbell War, Nicky Thompson. Oh, now. Has he ended up on his head or his shoulder there? He was certainly above the horizontal. Ollie Blythe-Laverty. MacArthur, one way then the other, tries to weave through, but he's met by Baramia. Big lock forward.
Penalty. Let him run! Let him run!
Hamish MacArthur. Oh, frustrating end to that. Dan Halken, big hamstring stretcher for him.
Offside. Okay. Yeah, I thought the patience on that second scrum was really nice. Okay, so keep it going. Much better height this side.
Well, question marks over that. The Scotland bench, all smiles, and why not? Sunny Saturdays in Italy. Quite the tour.
8. Shoulders. Crouch! Bind!
Dzodzwashvili.
Set!
First put in for him. Shioshvili prepares himself. What a scrum by Scotland.
No, 6!
Footwork required and a lovely spiral. Brilliant kick. Just shy of the 50-22, but that really relieves the pressure on Georgia. Whoever's popped their Saturday afternoon playlist on next to one of our microphones really is making me laugh. A glimpse there of the Irish players. They go later on today against France. Next up it'll be Italy versus Portugal and England versus Wales. A feast, a four-course feast of under-18 Six Nations rugby today. All of the games available. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around the world. Georgia, 30 metres out. Scotland trying to deal with some of these bludgeoning runners, and Georgi Turashvili, the tight head drop, really going to work there and taking Georgia into the 22 for the first time. Nozadze's next. Dzodzwashvili, short pop, Shioshvili. Now a little bit of width, picked up low off the toes well. Scotland looking organised in defence though. Campbell War shutting off the gain line. Chukortolia.
No, 2!
Shioshvili goes again, backed up by Shvelidze. Saginidze waits, but Turashvili gets there ahead of him. He's a destructive runner, isn't he? He's got Joe Roberts on his bootlaces. Not sure that was meant to go that way. And an orthodox grubber kick. With shaped as though it was going to be chipped.
Yeah.
Some of the Welsh boys down there as well, some of the touring cast of Scotland
A little
followers.
bit more space at back foot, please. Georgia, stay on your mark, please. Thank you. Scotland, come across. Thank you.
Joe Roberts overthrows that, but it comes back to Ollie Blythe Lafferty. Both tight heads been really busy in the first 10 minutes, haven't they? Turashvili and Blythe Lafferty getting hands on the ball. Scotland looking to move it first phase again. Southworth. Long left peg. Kalvashi. Oh, lovely offload. The idea was right, but Southworth was there. He opens the cat flap and a stray came through. Ten minutes gone, still 0-0. Good contest though, and Hamish Arthur just to kick that in behind. Where's this going to bounce? Kalvashi up over halfway, and the kicking battle ensues. We open the game with one. Why not have another as MacArthur chips that straight into Georgian hands.
Use, please.
Turashvili, full length. Harry Blackie was off his feet, stopped him going for the turnover.
Use, please.
And in a various state of undress, Dodzashvili rejoins the fray.
You dummy. Scrum. He dummied the ball.
Well, this is where he nearly lost his jersey. Feeling a rather fetching sports bra.
Fellas, on the ball, please, not in front, okay?
But having dummied that,
Last
it'll
scrum
be
was really nice. Good patience, good
put in
height.
at the
Keep it
scrum
going,
for
please.
Scotland. Odd error there from Timuri Dodzashvili. A little bit flustered. And now off the back of that dominant defensive scrum, Scotland can really give themselves a good platform now. Minutes in.
Crouch! Bite! Early.
A free kick, and Scotland go early, work it out to Nin. Moncrief, oh, he's lifted. Put down safely, it will be a penalty. I think it was only because they were careful about how they put him back on the ground. That means they've still got 15 on the pitch, Georgia. Now Scotland with the opportunity. Out the back they go. That was Southworth.
Advantage, blue.
Campbell War. Lovely pair of hands in the 13 jersey. Another penalty advantage coming. Scotland look to build. Southworth clears out.
No advantage. Back we go.
It's been a cagey opening 13 minutes, 0-0. And the first opportunity to get points on the board. Scotland certainly dominant. I wonder whether or not, though, they'll go for the points or the corner.
Just on the 5.
Ioanni Basilia, the guilty party on that occasion.
Just on the 5.
And Ross Wolfenden sends a laser beam into the corner. Peebles outside half.
Make sure they land.
A fresh trim for the cameras, you've got to respect it. And now Joe Roberts, what an opportunity for him and Scotland. Coming up to 14 minutes on the clock. Closest they've been to the Georgia try line, on the 5. And now they go to work. Roberts is there at the back. Starts to move around the corner. Edging closer. Hands on Roberts, who's over the line, and Scotland score. It was patient, it was well executed. And Joe Roberts taken over in the armchair behind the rest of his pack, and Scotland lead here in Palmer. As soon as it starts to move one way, and then Georgia overcommit the bodies, that's where the momentum builds, and that's where Joe Roberts can cruise over for Scotland's first try. Honestly, in all of my years watching and commentating on rugby, I didn't think I'd be enjoying Georgia versus Scotland in the under-18s to the soft, melodic tones of Lenny Kravitz. Obviously, Ross Wolfenden doesn't like it because he sends that conversion wide to the left. Let's take another look at this beautifully executed catch and drive. Undefendable when it's done like that. Joe Roberts gets his first try of the championship, Scotland's first try of the championship. Oh, Georgia have gone short. And this time it hasn't worked out. Nikki Thompson had to be alert. Great hands from the young 12, and another penalty. And away goes Hamish MacArthur again. He is a live wire, isn't he? Pushing the tempo. Lovely ball. Now Rory Purvis. A little bit scrappy for Scotland, but they see tempo is the way of beating this Scotland team as Shoshvili puts a massive boot on it.
Sorry lads, we've got a knock on in the tackle by red, scrum and blue ball.
And that is quite a terrifying sight, seeing that man galloping forward, isn't it?
Knock on in the tackle. Thank you. Knock on in the tackle by white, scrum blue ball. Thank you. Stay straight in the contest, okay? Really good patience and balance, same please. You must hold your weight. Watch off. Injury.
Well, breaking play for the injury, and despite the fact they've only had one score halfway through the first half, it's been played at quite a frantic pace.
A little bit more patience from White from that last scrum. Yeah, second scrum was really nice.
Yeah, good team. Everyone's taking square. So
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Good pitches over the.
Yes.
Yeah, happy days.
Always nice to have a listen in to the referee and his assistants.
Watch on.
But yes, despite the frantic pace, just the one try. Joe Roberts, the Robert Gordon's college man, going over from the maul. As I said, first of 4 games today, Georgia versus Scotland, then Italy versus Portugal. Kicks off at 1:15 local time, then at 3:30 local time is Ireland versus France.
Shoulders.
And then at 17:45 local time, England versus Wales.
Bind! Up we come. We need to go left of the mark, so we are in our spaces, okay? So set up left to the mark, you set up left, that way we're not head on head. Yeah, yeah. There's a reason it's that long. So let's go. Let's go. Left. We're getting really nice balance though, so it's good. Let's not compromise that. Crouch! Bind! Set!
Better scrum as some Georgian heads pop up and leave the tight 5-2. It's Scotland are on the move. Loose pass out the back and it could bounce up kindly for here.
Knock on in the tackle.
Ooh, no, another knock on in the tackle.
Knock on in the
Second one
tackle.
of those in Georgia. Not getting a huge amount of luck. Let's see if we can spot where this happened.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Thought it was a loose pass out the back, but it was a Ioanni Basalea hand. Watch this Scotland scrum here, and Gabunia, Saginadze and Shioshvili, the back rowers. Once the ball's in, their heads just pop up. Takes all of their ballast out of the scrum and leaves it to the tight 5.
Better stability, please. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, the stability
The 8 was. It was the 8.
would be a great deal more if they were getting the support from their back row. Henry Shvelidze, the one who's getting the talking to from the referee. Shaven-headed hooker.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
So in it comes, there we go. There's one up, 2 up. Oh, just the 2 of them this time, and Hamish MacArthur sends it to Wolfenden, and Scotland moving nicely, little inside ball. Oh, good line by the loose head, Lachlan Hodge. Siding through like a back row, and now Campbell War and Rory Purvis. Scotland certainly looking the more energetic of the 2 in attack, but Georgia yet to have any ball. Ollie Blythe-Lafferty. Joe Roberts, the try scorer. Lovely interlinking play by the backs, and then it's Nairn Moncrief who finishes. Fabulous try from Scotland. Finished by the winger, but made by the forwards. Joe Roberts, Rory Purvis.
Not now, on the way to kick off.
Lovely support lines, brilliant handling. And Nairn Moncrief doubles Scotland's lead. Both Moncrief and MacArthur queuing up for that Purvis offload. But the tempo from Scotland stretching the Georgian defence. Well worth their 10-0 lead.
15, just about 14.
Better kick. Drawn in off the outside stick, and Ross Wolfenden gets his first points.
Georgia 0, Scotland 12.
Look at this, tiptoeing up the touchline. Big back rowers on the edge. We love to see it.
Yeah, no worries, of course. We just wait here, okay? Okay, let's go. Okay, I watch. That's okay.
Sidbilidze sends that one deep, and Georgia need to find a way to get a foothold in this game. Scotland excellent so far. Tries from Roberts and Moncrief. One conversion by Wolfenden. And Hamish MacArthur, very composed scrum half. Again decides to keep that in play. Kick to compete and well taken. That's nicely done by the fullback Kalvashi. Now Georgia on the move. They've gone to the toe a little bit earlier. Oh, charge down. And back in Georgian hands. Sirbiledze. Rushed clearance by Scotland now. They're in bother. Baramia. First real sniff of territory for this Georgian team. That was Gabunia digging at scrum half. Now Turashvili. Tight head drop. Speed of ball important. Also keeping it in your hands important, and a knock on. Let Scotland off the hook.
Huh? Yeah, no worries. Let's go, we go. Crouch!
Coming up to the last 10 minutes of the half.
Bind!
First tiptoes into the 22,
Set!
fruitless ones.
Up we come. Okay, so both players have lost their bind. We must be longer. And just square up for us, please. Thank you. Really nice this side. Same picture, please. They were happy?
A bit of Harry Styles now.
Thank you. Let's go.
I hope someone has a word at half time. It's been a real physical contest so far.
Crouch!
The scrums have taken some organising though.
Bind!
Referee James Park
Sit! Stay high!
has gone over the other side. Told them to stay high, and then the scrum's gone down on the near side.
Go, go, go!
Scotland just keen to get out of their 22.
Just here.
So we've got the England boys there, sat next to the Ireland boys. In front of a Georgian flag in the under-20s, England versus Ireland. Well, arguably the game of the tournament. A 32-all draw at the Wreck in Bath. England ended up
Advantage over!
winning that tournament. This festival, slightly different feel. It's a very warm welcome to Georgia and Portugal, of course, who are joining us for the first time, as that kick is a little bit overcooked.
Behind the 5, please.
Kalvashi.
Fellas, don't come
Touch
over
it
the
down.
5-metre line. Stay behind. Make sure you're behind.
Drop out from under the sticks, ends up straight back in Scotland's hands, and they run it back to Elliot Southworth, who finds a hefty shoulder. Another great field position here for Scotland, and Ollie Blythe-Lafferty into the 22. Goes the big prop. Now, how was Michele Shirshvili turned that over? He can't have been on his feet, surely. Either way, good shot by Harry Blackie.
Back foot start.
It's a full
And use, please.
Chikortolia. I'd love another look at that Shioshvili turnover, but they're not going to get the chance because Scotland have gone quickly from the line-out. This is a really admirable tempo. Campbell War has got Nicky Thompson inside him. Excellent ball from centre to centre, and Thompson dances through some defenders. Moncrief arrives. Wolfenden. Lachlan Hodge just loses the ball, but backwards, and Sam Luani can find Wolfenden, but the ball's gone forwards.
Forward.
Scotland absolutely cruising.
Just forward.
Look at this footwork. Look at that shot from Padpakadze.
Watch off.
Couple of strewn bodies though. Henry Shvelidze is one.
Getting a lots of ringing.
That's some choice headwear.
Yeah.
Some real choice headwear.
You?
Certainly looks military, but I will not hazard a guess.
Huh?
The Rankin Regiment. There are still smiles on the faces of the Georgia supporters, although I'm not sure they'll be too happy with the opening 29 minutes. In terms of age group rugby though, this does bode well for Scotland. Massive summer coming up for them in the age group above this, the under-20s.
Tackle height is really good, fellas. So keep it going, please.
Rugby at that level is divvied up into two competitions, the Junior World Cup and the Junior World Trophy. Scotland got relegated to the Junior World Trophy. Expected to win that last year, didn't.
Whichever side I don't stand on, it goes down. We must have better height from all of you. When I'm in front of you, it's happy days, but we must get more height on both sides and break foot. Keep your break foot.
And they're hosting that tournament this year. A bit to get back up to the Junior World Cup. The Junior World Cup that Georgia will play in, as will all of the other home nations. Going up to half an hour.
Bind!
Tamuri Dodzashvili.
Sit!
Another big shove coming on from Scotland, but it spits out the back. And Sirbiladze sends that one deep, a little bit too deep.
Wait 12!
Good pressure on the kick, it's hacked downfield. And now, Kalvashi, steps right into trouble. What a tackle by Joe Roberts. Then he adds a shoulder to try and disrupt. Turashvili. Georgia not used the backs too well yet, as Padpakadze tries to do something about that. Shvilidze. Georgia start to build. Patience required now. They've not been particularly patient. Kipshidze drops that on the toe, chases his own kick, and it ends up in Scotland's hands. Southworth, right place, right time.
Leave it, let go!
Giga Kipshidze causing mayhem with the kick.
13 white.
But what are we talking about? Patience. Georgia run out of it, concede the penalty, and it's the easy exit for Scotland.
Just here, please.
The Scotland halfbacks look very sharp, haven't they? Mish MacArthur, Ross Wolfenden.
Front man, please. Thank you.
Wolfenden hoping to be one of the next in line in terms of exciting
Down by blue.
running
Down
outside
by blue.
halves.
Use, please.
Their main man will be in Bath colours today at the Stoop in the Gallagher Premiership against Harlequins.
No 8.
3 minutes to go till half-time.
Taken back. And use, please.
Hamish MacArthur can't send this one straight into touch, as it's been taken back in. Instead, he sends it high. This one for Luani to challenge. Well taken, Kipshidze under duress. He's lost it. Luani can find MacArthur. Pumps that down the tram lines. Plenty of Georgian bodies back, and that one's sent up. Another one to challenge. Good kick. Great take. Well done, Ross Wolfenden. Really does look the part under the high ball. Wolfenden. Blythe Lafferty. Another carry.
Start on side. And use, please. You've had it.
Again, Hamish MacArthur. Sent up by Serbiladze. Oh, another good kick and forced the knock on this time, and it's back in the hands of Georgia. Get it slightly wrong and you can be in trouble. There's a hand on that by Harry Stewart. Another knock-on advantage given by the referee, so maybe it was just completely missed. Either way, this is a heavy, strong carry by the Georgian pack, and Turashvili now cannonballing through. Barbakadze! Oh, he can't get it down. They're saying held up. Referee saying just short. And eventually it's grounded. What strength by Daviti Barbakadze. Outstanding from the inside centre, and Georgia right back in the game. It's the first time they've attacked with any kind of tempo.
So, 1 minute. So
well, it's Barbakadze, but now who has got hands on this? Chilnozadze. So he got the last touch. Either way, it's 5 points on the board for Georgia just before half-time. They really needed that. And for all of Scotland's dominance, for all of their interplay, for all of their flash handling and collision dominance, they're only going to be 5 points up going into half-time. Serbiladze just waiting for the clock to go red before he pops these 2 points over. Georgia closed the gap. We've got a game on our hands. And 12-0. Looked as though Georgia could be having a suboptimal entrance into the Under-18 Six Nations Festival. However, they closed the gap right up, and at half-time, it's Georgia 7, Scotland 12.
this one. Yeah.
players return to the field to the sound of bagpipes here on the opening game of the Under-18 Six Nations Festival. After a half that belonged largely to Scotland, but Georgia just finding their feet towards the end of the first half. But Scotland led by the brilliant front row trio, Hodge, Roberts and Blythe Lafferty, who really stood up to the Georgians, carried, tackled, scrummaged incredibly well. Hamish MacArthur's looked composed. Ross Wolfenden has pulled the strings. The likes of Shioshvili and Barbakadze have battered the door down. And that was what led to the points just before half-time. This one on a knife edge. Georgia 7, Scotland 12. James Parr.
Your first kick-off, just make sure they stay behind.
Rejoining us.
Your responsibility.
Giving his instructions to Ross Wolfenden, who's going to get this second half underway. Georgia in all white receiving. Shioshvili straight away bursting a tackle and offloading. There's been a change made for Georgia. Straight away, more fluidity about the play. That's Saginadze. Much more direct and dynamic from Georgia already. Decent ruck speed, that's one thing they didn't have. They don't want to get isolated here. Harry Blackie over the ball, brilliant from the open side. One up, isolated runners, a disappointing end to that attack. The try scored by Barbakadze, getting trapped in by Harry Blackie. So Ben Curtis has come on, wearing number 22 for Scotland. The Glasgow Warrior, junior academy player from Fife. Toby.
In 15.
Wearing 18 for Georgia as well.
Line out. Same mark, okay.
Places rugby in Georgia for Lokomotiv. Then Moncrief, the try scorer, who's gone off. Georgia win that ball at the back. Gabunia sent up by Dodzashvili. The ball has been allowed to bounce.
Two knock-ons, first by Scotland, then by Georgia.
Georgia got out of jail a little bit there because that would have been a penalty had the knock-on not gone off a Scotland hand.
Come forward. Thank you. Here, left.
So in fact, it was a change at scrum half. Spot there in Moncrief. That lineup there. But Hamish MacArthur having an excellent first half. Not going to be out for the second half. Leonide Saldadze
Set!
has come in as well. Oh, Scotland win the penalty at scrum time.
Back there, please, if you want it. Number 1, collapse.
Saldadze, another one who plays at Lokomotiv, professional club in Tbilisi, the capital. Good start for Scotland. Again, promising signs.
On the line, please.
They're able to win scrum penalties, the physical battle.
White, on the line. Thank you.
This front row excelling themselves. That's taken low down by Dan Hulken. And a little knock on. That's the initiative back to Georgia. David Archivadze is coming on hooker as well.
Really good positive.
To replace Chevalidze. Plays for the Lelo Saracens. Also in Tbilisi.
Crouch!
Part of the Saracens global network.
Set! Stay high! Take him back.
Scotland dominating that scrum, but Georgia able to produce the ball. Shoshvili finding Dwadzashvili. Good kick chase. Well taken. Scotland on the ball again, a little bit scrappy, but as we approach 40 minutes, Scotland with a chance to clear. Not going to clear yet because Hodge wants another carry. He's met this time and it's been lost and turned over. A dangerous position here for Georgia through Basilaia. Dzodzwashvili. Head down by Shioshvili.
Advantage.
Hands on the floor for Scotland, so penalty advantage for Georgia. That's gone forward. And we'll go back for the penalty. There's an ambitious pass in behind. Sirbiladze.
22 blue not rolling.
Ben Curtis. Wasn't hands on the floor at all. He hadn't rolled away, but it was a breakdown penalty.
Your forwards, they arrive up at the tackle, just like the first half. Arrive up.
Gigi Sirbiladze.
Stick him on the line.
You are more than
Stick him on the line.
Hello,
Good
friend.
Wait till they land, please. Gap is big. Georgia, come across. Scotland, stay there.
David Archivadze. First line out for him is a good one. Taken well to the back. Scotland in reverse. And Archivadze looking to join Joe Roberts on the score sheet. The backs have added their weight. Georgia close. Georgia not over. Oh, the try's been awarded. Harry Stewart thought he was under it, but David Archivadze
Number 8 side entry.
has levelled the game. Stewart was under it, but illegally so he's sent to the bin. It's a penalty try and Georgia lead. Well, what a massive moment in this game. 14 unanswered points. And as soon as Kipchidze has his weight, as soon as the backs are in, you know it is all or nothing. And yes, Harry Stewart came in at the side, so he did get under the ball, but referee James Park given no choice in the end. So Archivadze not awarded the try, but Georgia awarded the 17 points. Sorry, the 7 points to get to 14. A bit excited there, but that has been knocked on, and Scotland straight back on it. Rory Purvis. Ben Curtis.
No advantage. You are from the side. We come back. Scrum. 70. Just come nice and square through the tackle, please.
Well, what a game.
You can have seven players, they drop.
What a game we have on our hands.
We have to scrum time, so you need to drop the player.
43 minutes into this 70-minute game, Scotland were...
So because there's a yellow card to one of their forwards, they go to 7 of scrums. You must go to 7, no 8, so one player drops back. Has to be 7.
Well explained by James Park. Scotland without to number 8, so
no 8.
Georgia
Must be a flanker. Has to play flanker. No 8 pick.
will be without a number 8. There's some idiosyncrasies in the under-18s game, and player safety is paramount. Well, that does do for Georgia, not necessarily in this instance, of course, but no number 8 pick is allowed. So Shioshvili off the base is not an option if they get a put in. Scotland then, down on the scoreboard, down in terms of players. Campbell War hits a Hugh Jones-esque line. It's the contact. Dan Halken. Harry Proven has come on as well. He's the one wearing number 26. Penalty advantage to Scotland. I wonder whether or not they might go for the post if this one's brought back to not just get the points, but eat some time off the clock as well. Oh, great tackle on Ross Wolfenden. Still a penalty advantage, though.
No advantage.
Will Pearce has come on into the front row for Scotland. Tell you what, the way they're jogging towards this mark, they are not going for the post at all, are they? They are stung by falling behind.
Sorry. Number 8 above the sternum.
Michele Shioshvili with the high tackle, of course, under 18s rugby.
22.
The global tackle
22.
laws
If you want it,
coming
talk to
in,
me.
so
Okay.
everything has to be under the sternum. And Ross Wolfenden sends it to touch, perhaps not as close to the try line as he'd have liked.
Take your time, okay? Take your time. Hold it, please. Wait. You must be on your front man. We got lots of time, lots of time.
Shioshvili sent into midfield
Watch
to deal
on.
with whatever's coming. Scotland opts for the maul. Joe Roberts, first try of the game from the maul, but 20 metres is a big ask.
That's one
Especially
sideways.
with Kumar and Toby being a nuisance. So away he peels, Roberts. Big clear out coming in there from Dan Halken. Big heavy lock forward. Here's the other one, Christian Lindsay. Curtis Diggs. Purvis carries. Good position this for Scotland. Obviously they want points, but even if they don't get them, being at this part of the field, a man down, bodes well. That was William Pearce, now Ollie Blythe-Lafferty. It's been one of the standouts. Tuilashvili having to get out of the way. Joe Roberts crashes forwards again. 12 minutes in the second half gone. Still a couple of minutes remaining. On the yellow card, great offload, finds Campbell War. Campbell War takes Scotland to 5. Georgia slow it down, but it's still with Scotland. Really patient phase play. Ollie Blythe-Lafferty. Wolfenden once, out the back to Nicky Thompson. Thompson swallowed up. And that ball bouncing, bobbling around. It's forward off the blue hand. And Georgia survive. Really good shot, ball and all. Leonidas Saldadze.
I thought that was okay. We had a dip from the ball carrier, but I was pretty happy with that.
Getting a hands on that. Another front row change. Levani Ezieshvili. Into the scrum. Be interested to see what side he scrummages on. Because all of these Georgian front rowers.
Really nice fight on that last one.
Well, the props in particular registered as loose heads and tight heads. Zieshvili on the left-hand side. Big barrel-chested teenager.
Crunch! Bind! As a captain, I expect better language from you, please. That's not acceptable. We have problems. I need less weight from you, please, and I need you to stay down in the contest, okay? Thank you. You need to go back. Only 7. Only 7. Only 7. We have a player in the bin. You need 7. No. Crouch. Fight. Set.
Penalty given before the ball was even in, and this is huge for Scotland now. Still a man down, winning a scrum penalty against the head, but Georgia, well, very much winning that collision, but conceding another penalty. I think there might be a card shown. There is a card shown.
Not 10. Number 8, not 10. Not 10. Not 10.
Oh, and Michele Shioshvili.
Not 10.
That
not
is a
10.
silly yellow card to give away. Accumulation of penalties. He's not 10. It's cynical from the big number 8. And Georgia might be leading by 2 points, but it's very much advantage Scotland now. Smart decision, this. It's an easy 3 points on offer. And this should see out the yellow card period. And not just see it out with Scotland in the lead. Georgia 14, Scotland 15. Ross Wolfenden gets his 5th point of the game, and Scotland dealt with that yellow card period incredibly well. Bearing in mind the penalty try was given when they still had 15 on the park. They've actually won that period by 3 points to 0. And with that, Ross Wolfenden gets the applause of the travelling supporters, because his race is run.
4. Replacement. 5. 4 and 5.
More changes for Georgia. Ika Kvarachkila coming on into the second row. So the lead has changed hands for the 3rd time. Georgia 14, Scotland 15. 18 minutes of the 70 to go. Henry Armstrong, that is. The latest to make his under-18s bow when he gets his hands on the ball, and Scotland looking to move it from inside the 22 and making a bit of a meal of it. Kvarachkila wearing 20, his first tackle. Tonike Ternante is on as well. Great defensive pressure this by Georgia.
Up your job! Up your job! No, no, no. And use,
William
please.
Pearce jogs back into position, and Ben Curtis set that up. Georgia, that is an excellent take on the 22. Haven't got too far. Leparishvili, the latest Georgian recruit,
No 7,
to
no
go in
hand,
at
you're
lock.
on the side.
Harry Blackie sent away. Saginadze. Well, that was the left winger, Aklev Diani, for the latch there. I mean, I know he's looking for work, but that is some interesting business for a left winger to be there. Archivadze. Out of the back they go. Oh, now a gap could appear. And a little knock on the floor. Sirbelidze doesn't like it.
Question. No, it was really good timing. Really good timing. No worries. Take the time, take your time. Yeah, you. What? Yeah. Yes. First one. Eight came back on. And another player. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you.
And the pipe striker once again.
It's been really good during the game, but if your forwards want to compete at the breakdown, they must roll away first, okay? Good, thank you. 17. Here. Yes, it must be 7. Crouch! Bind! Set! Stay high! No, 20, stop! Thank you.
Well, a rousing rendition of both versus the flower of Scotland. Absolutely fantastic to see and hear the supporters from both countries here in Italy. Action not just today, of course, in the men's competition. On Wednesday and on Sunday as well.
Here if you want it.
4 games today, 3 games on Wednesday, 2 games on Sunday. In the women's competition, Tuesday and Saturday, there in North Wales at Stadium CSM. 6 35-minute games featuring Wales, Ireland, Scotland, France, England and Italy. And the 4 games today in order. The remainder of this one, Georgia versus Scotland.
Georgia!
Then Italy versus Portugal, Ireland versus France, and England versus Wales to close the show. If the other 3 are anything like this, we are in for a great day's rugby. Just 1 point separating the teams. Georgia down to 14 on their under-18 Six Nations debut. That's off the top from Christian Lindsay. Referee spotted a little white hand on that as well.
No advantage, you are good, you are good. We come back for the knock-on in the line-out. Thank you. Number 2 replacement. Who's your captain? Oh.
Change at hooker, the captain, the try scorer, Joe Roberts. His races run, and just listen to that reception he's getting.
Using your inside shoulder a little bit, so just stay nice and straight. Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant performance.
Do you agree?
From the leader of this group. And he's left the field.
15.
Then in the lead, albeit a small one.
Thank you. Crouch!
Coming up to 58 minutes on the clock. And this has been the one area of the game.
Both sides, we need more space. You are head on head. Hookers, make sure you step to the left, okay? And we get in our spaces.
That has required a little bit of work. First scrum for Oliver McKenna. Another Glasgow warrior from St Aloysius College. Better scrum and a better platform for Scotland to build from. Short ball to Rory Purvis. Then Armstrong using the first receiver now. Lewani does well to keep the ball in play. There Moncrief. Mistakenly thought he'd been replaced. He is very much still on the pitch, although it hasn't really been a second half for the outside backs. It's been physical. Purvis has been involved. McKenna. Whipped up the back really nicely. Lewani off his wing. Spilton. Karanashkila. Nice offload over the top. Georgia, is that a little knock on? Referee says no. Oh, but then it is spotted. Just overrun that ball, but that's given this growing crowd something to get excited about. Mikhaili Shioshvili, the big hulking figure at number 8, returns. So not terminal in that yellow card period for Georgia, just the 3 points conceded.
Crouch!
And they're ahead in this second half, 7-3, but behind on the scoreboard. 14-15, big last 10 minutes to go. Campbell War crashing in down that 9-10 channel. And Armstrong near Moncrief. Off his wing. Great to see the wingers attempting to be busy. Atletiani.
Option, a scrum or line out, because there's a knock on into touch. No. You want line out? Line out.
Big physicality, isn't there? Ziashvili, Meparishvili.
26. Clear release.
Here is Archivadze. You look packed now. Tornike Toradze coming on. It's Saginadze who sends up. Georgia come off the top and they try and crash through with Shioshvili. He's brought down well. Straight to the turf, and Christian Lindsay off his feet. Atletiani. The wingers are coming in looking for work, but somebody needs to keep the width for Georgia. Good line speed from Scotland. That was Ben Curtis. Georgia just losing that gain line. That's one of the gambles about attacking front deep, but this is a bit better. Oh, the pass. The pass just not good enough. Kipshidze was waiting. So much of the hard work was done. He'd gone round the outside.
Must arrive on your feet.
Something
You
sympathetic. Would have been a massive difference maker. Another chance gone. We've been trapped in this middle third for a little while now. Which of course will suit Scotland, because they've got the lead, but that's not straight on. Another error.
Yeah, okay.
Feels very much like the team that keeps their composure will be leaving with the victory.
Line out, taken, line out.
First one slung straight into touch by Georgia, then not straight at the line out.
6, they've said 6.
Cracking conditions today. Ashvadze gets to reload. 7 minutes to go. Oh, and that's knocked on too. Both lineouts failing. Scotland with the scrum advantage. And moving it beautifully. Provan, Harry Provan. Into the Scotland half. Nice offloading too. Great feat by Henry Armstrong. Crawling into the 22. Curtis. Sam Bird. It's not where Georgia want to be. It's exactly where Scotland want to be. And Ollie Blythe-Lafferty, he has been exceptional today. Big 63 minutes.
No, off feet.
In navy blue. He's actually stayed down after that carry, probably exhausted as Christian Lindsay carries on the good work of this Scotland type 5. Curtis again. Ricky Thompson. Well, this feels like a massive phase, doesn't it? Because if Georgia can see the penalty here, and it's about as disciplined as they've been in defence as Achivadze. Makes another good tackle. Scotland, they have run out of ideas, but what they're not running out of is willing participants to batter into Georgian bodies. That was Oliver McKenna. Armstrong now chips and chases his own chip. Another nudge. Where's this going to drop? Liwani dots it down. Great score.
I was happy he was onside. You've got a grounding.
Sam Liwani on the edge. And on the end of some lovely footwork by Henry Armstrong. The temptation to put too heavy a touch on this and boot it over the dead ball line. Instead, it is delicately caressed by the replacement scrum half. Once, then twice. And Liwani, lovely pick up and gather.
Right on the touchline.
Replacement outside half, of course, I meant. That is such a good touch by Armstrong. Liwani. Poacher's finish. How often do we see those knocked on? But great instincts from him. Great touch from Henry Armstrong. And now this is a massively important kick by Harry Provan, because it makes it a 2-score game with less than 5 minutes to go. Provan. Oh, it's glorious. What a kick. Scotland extend the lead.
Georgia 14, Scotland 22.
And just another look at this. That was so deliberate by Henry Armstrong.
Keep working on that tackle height. It's been really good, but we just had a couple. Just keep working at it, everybody, okay? What's time?
And that should
just
be
under
enough.
5. Hold on.
Sam Liwani.
Just wait a second. We've just got some. Just wait a second.
Can you stop the watch? Can you stop the
Yeah,
time?
of course. Now we go, of course.
Sirbeladze, aware of the clock, aware of the task at hand. Georgia could really do getting their hands on this kickoff. Oh, it's fumbled and well gathered at the second time of asking by Oliver McKenna, and he's off. And no sooner as the referee asked for Georgia to keep their
18
tackles
above
down,
the
they give
sternum.
away a high tackle.
You must bend at the waist, please, okay?
And this absolutely huge for Scotland now. Frustrating for Georgia, making the exit easy.
Just here, please. Thank you.
Good line-out ball. It's not gone well to the back, so they've gone to the trusty front.
No. Don't change.
Ziashvili called out. Smart play from Scotland. McKenna there at the back, just marshalling things, and now Curtis sends that up the tram lines, but out on the full.
Two player and injury.
couple of minutes to go in what has been an absolutely
Take your time. Take your time.
fascinating game. Georgia, despite being second best for large chunks of it, managed to stay in contention, but that Sam Luaney try off a
18.
gorgeous touch from Henry Armstrong. Looking like it is going to be enough. Yellow cards for both teams.
Steph, let's just take
Both
lots
the
of time.
number 8s actually.
Let's take lots of time
Harry
just to set
Stewart
this up.
and Michaeli
Okay.
Shushvili.
Just wait a second, please. You're good there.
But it's looking less and less like a victorious introduction for Georgia to this rugby festival, but certainly a welcome one. Harry Blackie, another brilliant tackle from him. The Scotland back row have all been exemplary. Now, can Georgia get something here? Set us up for a grandstand finish.
No, no, thank you.
Scotland just don't look like yielding, do they? Nicky Kessen's on, replacing Ollie Blythe-Lafferty. Georgia consisting with this deep attack, even though it's not yielded great results. Perhaps that's something they could look at, bit of a plan B moving into their next game. Comes against France in midweek, and they close their festival against Georgia.
19, you must roll in the path.
Matt Rutherford. Sir Baladze. 2 minutes to go, says the referee, so our clock's a little bit out.
Behind.
Big kick this, needs to get as close to the try line as possible. He's driven it low, and they're on to the 22. They've got 2 minutes.
Scotland on the line, please.
Quick score here. And you never know. So our clock's gone red. We have been told by the referee there's still time left in this one. Avshvadze. The odd overthrow. Gone to the back again. And that is a much better ball and a much better start to this maul. Ball's visible
20,
there.
don't change. That's once.
Sam Bird doing a good job here for Scotland. Doing a really good job here for Scotland. But now he's called out. And Georgia's still going forward. They've made 15 metres.
No, 16.
And now Georgia knocking on the door. Sir Baladze wants it. It's a snipe from the scrum half. Toradze's there. Oh, knocked on though by Georgia. And that is the chance gone. And with it,
No
the game.
advantage, you good. No advantage. Knock on. Yeah, 45 seconds.
So a few phases for Scotland.
I tell you when. Excuse me. About just under 45 seconds. You okay? Crouch! Bind! Set! Wait! Up we come. Fellas, listen please here for these. We will not finish on that scrum. That is not good enough. You guys have been better than that in this game. We will not end like that. More height, everybody, please. Everybody.
James Park.
You were good this side, it was fast side.
Quite right, we can't end an excellent game like this on a note like that. However, we will be ending with a victorious Scotland.
Crouch!
Apologies for anybody who may be offended by the language that just came out of Ben Curtis's mouth.
Yes.
However,
Yep.
just
Back
an
10,
idea
please.
of how much it means to this Scotland
Yep.
team to get this victory. And they have decided that 22-14 is enough. What an opening performance from Scotland. And what a match we've had by Georgia on their debut in the Under-18 Six Nations Festival. But Scotland took an early lead and had to come from behind in the end.
Thank you.
Georgia spirited,
Well played, thank you.
Scotland
Well
quality.
Well played. Well played. Thank you.
Tries from their Moncrief,
Well played.
Joe Roberts, and perhaps the pick of the bunch from Sam Lewani after some brilliance from Henry Armstrong.
Well played. Well
There's a
played.
fight back in the shape of Daviti Barabakadze. And a penalty
Thank you very
try
much. Thank you.
from a brutal effort from the Georgian
Well
pack,
played,
but
thank
it
you.
wasn't enough, it wasn't to be. Physical contest, great contest,
Well
yellow cards, tries.
Well played. Well done. Well done.
Two
Well done.
teams who've given it everything. A great start to the Under-18 Six Nations Festival, but it finishes with a Scotland win. Georgia made history with the appearance, but not with the results. The full-time score, Georgia going down by 8 points in the end, 14 points to 22. Well, this is how it all began. Joe Roberts, the captain, in behind the work of the big men. First real opportunity of the game. Well delivered line out, and there he is, great composure. He had his opposite number, Shvelidze, trying to do anything, but he was helpless. Then this was the second try, some glorious handling in the build-up. Nairn Moncrief was on the end of it, Rory Purvis. Roberts, Blythe Lafferty, Hodge, everyone had got their hands on the ball. But that was one of the real standout areas of Scotland's game in the build-up, and particularly in the first half, the handling, the tempo. But the fact that tight five forwards were involved, but of course Nairn Moncrief, as all good finishers are, on hand, in the right place to receive the offer. This was the try that Georgia scored. Barabakadze, a barreling run. But then Nozadze getting the final touch. And that was just before half-time, converted by Sirbiladze, which took us to 12-7 at the break. See there from Joe Roberts, players absolutely emptying themselves. Then the penalty try. Kipshidze and the rest of the backs all came in. You know it's all or nothing when that happens, but Harry Stewart adjudged to have come in from the side, so he held the ball up, but James Parr went under the sticks for 7 points. At that point, Scotland down to 14, Georgia 14-12 to the good. Denying David Alfadze his first try. But then this magic from Armstrong, just as it looked like Scotland were running out of ideas. They might have Messi in the senior team, maybe. They've got Mbappe in the under-18s, because that was a lovely 1-2. First the nudge in behind, and then this outside of the boot, so deliberate. No look, assist for Sam Lewani. The right winger goes in, dots it down just before the dead ball line thwarts it. And that takes us to full time. Georgia 14, Scotland 22. Scotland off to winning ways, and next up, Italy versus Portugal.
bello rosso,